yeah, so my more personal journey was, I knew someone who was working here, was surprised that she was working here, right?
Networking. Okay.
Networking, right?
My favorite word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was surprised to learn that she was working here. It's a female colleague of mine who I worked with like one time on like one small piece of work, and then we just stayed in touch over LinkedIn. Like we were connected on LinkedIn, and then I just got a notification, as you sometimes do.
Right.
So and so, congratulate so and so on their new position, right? And I was like, okay, so and so is in where? Okay, so I reached out to her. I was just like, how'd you end up there? Right.
Yeah.
So again, as a practicing Muslim, I didn't have that media, like the media influence bad image of Saudi Arabia.
Right.
But I definitely had a limited understanding of the potential
and the possibilities.
Yeah. From a work, career, financial, economic perspective.
Right.
So I was just like, how'd this happen? Right. So she tells me her story and she's like, hey, if you're ever interested, just let me know. And this was back in maybe 2020. So right at the beginning of COVID. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll keep it in mind. Right. I wasn't
but now you understood that, okay, it's possible.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's the thing. So come 2021, when I just had like some sort of shift in me, like I had reached a certain level in my solo traveling side of me. We'll get into that. Yeah. Right. That I was just like, why always just visit places? Why not actually just live somewhere for some time? Or do it for a few years, come back to Canada. If I don't do it, then it only gets harder, as life goes on. So I reached out to her and I said, yeah, I'm interested, right? And she's like, oh, your timing is perfect. Let's connect soon. So she told me about the role, right? And again, this is all influenced by my network. I applied with a 1-page CV. That's it.
Wow.
I didn't even fill the page. I spoke to the right person.
Yeah.
Who passed it on to the right person.
Wow.
2 weeks later, I got an email. Hey, you've been invited to an interview.
Wow.
I was like, okay. Pretty cool, right? So then, again, if you're familiar with consulting, you do like 3, 4, maybe 2, somewhere between 2 to 4 interviews.
Right.
That's fairly standard because Canada, Saudi Arabia, it doesn't matter. It's, going back to what we were talking about earlier, I didn't change all the variables at once. I only changed the country. Obviously, the linguistic and like dressing, that all came with it, obviously.
Right.
But other than that, it was the same industry. So like when the interviews came, I was like, oh yeah, it's consulting. Like there's the behavioral interview, there's the technical interview, there's the presentation, there's the, there's the speak with the partner,
It's the same things I already do anyway.
Oh yeah, same things I do anyway, right? So alhamdulillah, it worked out, tawfiq min Allah, right? First and foremost. But other than that, I was just like, oh, I got this. Unless, someone, outperforms you.
Right.
For the most part, you should be good.
Right.
So yeah, that's so I ended up in Saudi Arabia. I don't see myself going back anytime soon.
Right? Allah grant you tawfiq to stay.
Right?
Hopefully next is Madinah.
Right? And again, financially, definitely not. Like I'm in a better place. Economically, from a growth perspective, right? So much potential. Right? So much potential, right? Again, in management consulting, so I've only just started to break into kind of like that mid-tier, in my career. There's a lot of upwards growth still available, right? So even if I want to stay comfy, and not, break into the entrepreneurship side just yet.
Yeah.
Again, I, inshallah, can do that for the foreseeable future as I start to think about like what's next.
Right. Right.
So again, going back to one variable at a time.
And for me, like what's interesting about this, so not only, subhanAllah, people need to know that it's possible. Alhamd.
Yeah.
And in your case, which all of us should take very seriously, and, I say this a lot. Network.
Yes.
Right. You do not know. The ROI on networking is not linear. And the ROI doesn't come today, tomorrow. It might be 2 years later.
Yeah.
It might be 10 years later.
Yeah.
Right? This is a colleague that you work with. Probably didn't have like a very, personal relationship with.
No, you would think that she and I were close colleagues, worked on the same
thing.
Exactly. And like she's a wonderful person.
Yeah.
But we only worked on one thing one time.
That's what I'm saying. You just know she existed. She knew you existed.
Yeah.
You worked on the same thing.
Exactly. Good working relationship. And
you didn't burn a bridge during that time.
We didn't burn a bridge.
Right. Alhamdulillah.
So
So this is the power of networking. Don't undermine anything.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And the second thing is that, it's possible. Like believe, especially as a Muslim, as a believer. you have a Lord who's able to do all things.
Yeah,
In Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir.
Yes, sir.
What makes you think it's not possible?
Hmm.
What makes you think it's difficult? Okay, so what? Difficult? What's wrong with difficult?
Yeah. Is it easy in Canada?
It's not easy anywhere. And also, good things don't come easy. If you want good, then you got, But in your case, to be honest, in this case, because when Allah makes something easy, it becomes easy.
Yes.
Notifications, reach out. Okay, cool. Later on, hey, by the way, I'm interested. Perfect timing. CV. You do the things that you will do over there anyway, and now you're in this position where now, alhamdulillah, you're living in one of, I will say maybe Saudi Arabia. Makkah and Madinah there. Can't be no better than that, right? And the work you're doing, actually, when I think about it, excites me because you're doing things that benefits the country.
Absolutely.
The Muslims.
Yes.
You're doing what you will do anywhere else, in Canada, anywhere else.
Yeah.
But now the results, the impact is to benefit the Muslims.
Yeah.
And when you benefit, not just the Saudis, so people understand, because when you benefit the country of Saudi Arabia, your work helps the country of Saudi Arabia, guess what you're benefiting and you're helping? Makkah, Medina.
Yeah.
Ummah. Yeah. Everybody, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's exciting.
Yeah.
And this is one of the ways that people should think about it.
Yeah.
And really, because alhamdulillah, our religion, we can make all these intentions. Our work, ibadah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you really think about it from a wide angle, wide lens, you boom, boom, so much benefit. And at the same time, you're not compromising anything. In fact, more comfortable.
Absolutely.
The money, alhamdulillah, good.
Yeah.
Even if, by the way,
the money actually becomes the one of the shortest topics of discussion.
Exactly.
Funny enough.
Yeah. And people worry about this. But the thing is also the cost of living in Saudi Arabia is cheaper anywhere than where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Right? Generally speaking, even Riyadh.
Oh, yeah.
But so even if you are getting paid less, look at the value of what you're getting for where you are, and then all the other benefits anyway.
Absolutely.
Right? The fact that you can just get up and go to Mecca anytime you want, paying a couple hundreds maximum, right?
Yeah.
What if you flew from Canada or US? How much you paying? Thousands.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So this is so much there. So this leads me to really encourage anyone who's considering making the jump, right? To take this advice and not try to change everything at the same time.
Yeah.
Not wait for 5-10 years to say, you know what, I'm going to have to shift and get experience here.
$7 million.
Take what you have. Take the skills that you have, that you've honed down, that you've, learned. And also now shift. This is new to me, by the way. I'm saying this is very new. And I'm glad to say this to the audience. Don't only say it must be Mecca right away, Medina right away, or Jeddah because it's closer to Mecca. No. Honestly, go to Dammam if you have to.
Yeah.
Go anywhere. You know what I mean? Because first and foremost, you're a Muslim country, and that's enough. Secondly, you're closer to your destination. Let that be like a stepping stone.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I mean, your whole life might be in Riyadh. You might actually never even get to move to Mecca or Medina. And that might be khair.
No,
that might be khair for you. You may have an opportunity in Riyadh that keeps you there till the day you die.
It might be better for you.
And maybe better for you.
I mean,
right? My mom always says, don't try to eat too much all at once.
That's true.
Or as we say in Bengali, you don't lose the mango and the peel. You know? So absolutely. Again, I'm very much here cheerleading Riyadh because it. Again, happy to be your first guest from Riyadh.
Yeah, Allah.
But also,
hopefully first of many.
Inshallah. But also, it globally, I think Riyadh still doesn't have that pull or that, as it doesn't attract people as much, right? Because people don't know about it as much.
Because they don't know.
Because
it actually, being there on the ground,
Yeah.
The way you see it now, it's not the same as before you came.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And that also leads me to say, come and visit. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Come for a day, 2 or 3 days.
If you're
see what it is.
I tell friends and family, if you're coming to Mecca and Medina, and you've got some spare days, absolutely you want to use as much as you can for ibadah. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
But if you're also looking to make a permanent move, try to set up some meetings in Riyadh, before you come on the trip.
For sure.
And then so you can take a very, a very well-defined break from Mecca and Medina to arrive at that meeting. You don't know what might come of it. You don't know what might come of it. And it doesn't have to be in Riyadh only. Right? Again, as much as children.
Yeah, you got the mom.
You've got the mom. You've got Jeddah. You've got snow camels in Tabuk.
Yeah, even Al-Ain, not what is it called? Al-Ain, Al-Ula now.
Al-Ula,
huge opportunities.
Or Abha in the south. Monkeys in the south, snow camels in the north. Yeah,
so much happening. Brothers, if you've been planning Hijrah but still haven't pulled the trigger yet, this is your moment. Hijrah Con 2025 is a 5-day retreat in Medina and Mecca for 50 serious Muslim men who are ready to act. You'll get a full Hijrah blueprint from seasoned experts who have made Hijrah to different Muslim countries bi'idhnillah. One-on-one mentorship from us and a fully guided Umrah trip together. And you'll be a part of a brotherhood that lasts beyond the retreat bi'idhnillah. Only 50 spots available. Apply now, link in the description.